I want to talk about pricing for a second because I think it's really important that we feel very good about the pricing, right? I'm not saying it shouldn't be a little uncomfortable, but I love to say, just do quick write out if you watch no other part of this video, price what feels really good at 15 to 20%. It is that makes it a little bit more uncomfortable, and we should always be doing things that make us a little uncomfortable, right? We shouldn't be going the safe route all of the time. Most of the time our pricing is way too low. It's just a comfort level that we're in. We all have a lot of money blocks. We all have a lot of money mindset issues. We all feel like, especially when we're starting out, who am I to take people's money? Who am I to take somebody's last $20? Who am I to ask that much? Who am I? Right. And so there's a lot of confidence and belief that goes into pricing. There's a lot of confidence and belief that goes into showing up, right, as the face of our business. There's a lot of confidence and belief that we get to work on to charge the value of something. Most of the time, in my past, I have charged not enough, and people have said this is worth so much more, right? And that's what we always want to hear. The real identifier is what results are you getting them, right? How much time is getting those results going to save them? So if we can think about that in that mindset, like, for example, a virtual assistant, you can get a virtual assistant that charges $15 and you can get a virtual assistant that charges up to $100 an hour, right? So there's a very wide range. If they're good at what they do, they save you time, they take stress off of you, they make your life easier so that you're able to do things that allow you to literally make more money because you get to stay in your zone of genius. Is it worth it? Is only $15 worth it? Or is $30 worth it, or is $50 worth it? Again, that's an answer that you have to ask yourself, or a question you have to ask yourself. But we all have different levels of what we're willing to pay. I learned a long time ago, because I used to say this specifically about, and all my photographer friends are going to be like, what? But I used to say I would never pay that much for photography. And now that's not the words that I use, because I do get professional photography now. But what I do say is, if it's not the price for me, I just say that, right? I've built my business on selfies, right? So I know what is an energetic match for me as far as that pricing or the limit that I'm willing to pay, right? So when we think about that, like, I love that Tony Robbins said this at FHL a couple of years ago. Like, some people are only willing to pay $20 for a purse. Some people are willing to spend multiple thousands on a purse. So being affordable or being expensive is very subjective, right? It's very perspective based. Somebody who might only pay $20 for the purse may spend multiple thousands of dollars or up to $10,000 on a vacation. And the person who would spend the multiple thousand on the purse would never spend that much on a vacation. So it's very subjective. So price what feels good to you, because we're never going to please everybody, right? Is there one thing on this earth that pleases everybody? No, there's not. And so I want you to think about that. You're not for everyone. Your pricing isn't for everyone. You get to stand in your power, own the price that you choose, own the price that feels good to you at 15 to 20%. And know that once you sell it and you get that momentum, you're going to raise your prices. You're going to sell it for more. But we need a starting point. We get to have a starting point, and then we get to raise from that starting point. What used to be my highest program is now my highest price program is now my lowest price program, if that makes sense. So I have completely evolved, and I will continue to evolve, and I will continue to increase my prices, and I will continue to learn more, and I will continue to pour more into my audience, and I will continue to pour more into my programs, and I will continue to increase those prices over and over and over and over and over. The question is, what feels good to you? And whatever you're selling right now, think about the time commitment it takes, right? If it's a one-on-one or a done for you type of service, obviously that's going to be a lot more than a group program or an evergreen item or something that they download that you've created a while ago. So What's involved? What does that look like? What feels good? Start there at 15 to 20%. And then as you grow and as you move forward, you'll be raising those prices because you're going to realize really fast that you're worth more.